The first station, Jesus is condemned to death. Jesus faced the total collapse of all he had lived for and tried to do. The cross was the destruction of all meaning. There was nothing left now except the Father's mysterious word, the baffling love that beckoned that way. He said yes once more and worked it out through the Passion. His self-commitment into the hands of his Father entailed, with terrible irony, self-commitment into the hands of humans. Maria Bolding, The Coming of God. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. The second station, Jesus takes up his cross. They speak to me with lying tongues. They beset me with words of hate, and attack me without cause. In return for my love they accuse me, while I pray for them. They repay me evil for good, hatred for love. Psalm 109. It is axiomatic that the cross we get is the one we most dislike. We would choose any other, but it is equally true that the cross which is ours is the one that Christ wants us to bear. Cardinal George Basil Hume, O.S.B. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. The third station, Jesus falls the first time under the cross. Who will stand up for me against the wicked? Who will defend me from those who do evil? If the Lord were not to help me, I would soon go down into the silence. When I think I have lost my foothold, your mercy, Lord, holds me up. When cares increase in my heart, your consolation calms my soul. Psalm 94. In all this, divine nature was not humbled, but human nature was exalted. God was not made any less, but humankind was mercifully helped. St. Anselm. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Fourth station, Jesus meets his afflicted mother. Yes, it was you who took me from the womb, entrusted me to my mother's breast. To you I was committed from my birth. From my mother's womb you have been my God. Do not leave me alone in my distress. Come close, there is none else to help. Psalm 22. Now, if Christ has become our elder brother in taking from Mary a nature like ours, which makes him one of our race, is it astonishing that in dying he should have given her to be our mother in the order of grace, who was his mother according to human nature? Blessed Columba Marmion, O.S.B. Christ, the life of the soul. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Fifth station, Simon of Cyrene is forced to take up the cross. For God has said only one thing, only two do I know, that to God alone belongs power, and to you, Lord, love, and that you repay us all according to our deeds. Psalm 62. Never give a hollow greeting of peace, or turn away when someone needs your love. The Rule of Benedict, chapter 4. It is not enough to be a successful ascetic if it means that I neglect the needs of my brothers and sisters. I have an obligation to those in need, and I cannot pretend that I do not know how much suffering there is in today's world, even if it is perhaps further away, or more hidden than the encounter with the poor or naked or sick would have been in the past. That is no excuse. Esther de Wall, A Life-Giving Way, a commentary on the Rule of St. Benedict. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Sixth station, Veronica wipes the face of Jesus. I am wearied with all my crying, my throat is parched, my eyes are wasted away from looking for my God. It is for you that I suffer taunts, that shame covers my face, that I have become a stranger to my family, an alien to my brothers and sisters. Psalm 69. We are not ready to accept God's care for us until we are able to care for one another in the practical routines of daily life. We probably cannot view our own neediness as holy until we have served others in need with love. The monastery, like the workplace, is a school for the Lord's service, and we learn to serve Christ by imitating his service to us, by loving one another. Norvine Vest, Friend of the Soul. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Seventh Station. Jesus falls a second time. The enemy pursues my soul, has crushed my life to the ground, has made me dwell in darkness, like the dead, long forgotten. Therefore my spirit fails, my heart is numb within me. Psalm 143. What is not possible to us by nature, let us ask the Lord to supply by the help of his grace. The Rule of Benedict, Prologue. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Eighth Station. Jesus meets the women of Jerusalem. For I am poor and needy, and my heart is pierced within me. I fade like an evening shadow. I am shaken off like a locust. Help me, Lord my God, save me because of your love. Let them know that this is your work, that this is your doing, O Lord. Psalm 109. Respect the elders and love the young. Rule of Benedict, chapter 4. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. Ninth Station. Jesus falls a third time. You know how they taunt me and deride me. My oppressors are all before you. Taunts have broken my heart. I have reached the end of my strength. I looked in vain for compassion, for consolers. Not one could I find. Psalm 69. If you have occasion to avenge yourself on someone who has injured you in word or deed, try to consider again the sweetness of your love, who never rendered evil for evil, never revenging himself by so much as a word, but rewarding all that he had to bear with the greatest good. He redeemed by his passion and death those who persecuted him even unto death. And so, following the Lord's example, one should always render good for evil. Saint Gertrude the Great. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. 10th Station. Jesus is stripped of his garments. These people stare at me and gloat. They divide my clothing among them. They cast lots for my robe. O Lord, do not leave me alone. My strength, make haste to help me. Psalm 22. Embracing the monastic life in response to God's call, and striving to fulfill an important role in the life of the mystical body, the monk knowingly and freely foregoes certain goods and values. The monk's style of life, therefore, cannot fail to embody and implement this continuing choice. Such renunciations, like the cross itself, are intelligible only in the light of faith. From Renew and Create, a statement on the American Cassinese monastic life. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. 11th Station. Jesus is nailed to the cross. Many dogs have surrounded me. A band of the wicked beset me. They tear holes in my hands and my feet, and lay me in the dust of death. I can count every one of my bones. Psalm 22. The Christ on the cross is the ultimate contradiction, holding together the vertical pointing towards the Father, and the horizontal arms stretched out to the world. This is the Christ towards whom Benedict is pointing. Christ present with an eternal yes, bringing light out of darkness, bringing life out of death. Esther de Waal, Living with Contradiction, Reflections on the Rule of Saint Benedict. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. 12th Station. Jesus dies on the cross. My God, why have you forsaken me? You are far from my plea and the cry of my distress. O my God, I call by day, and you give no reply. I call by night, and I find no peace. Psalm 22. As you did explain, it is finished, which signifies that you had completed the labors and sorrows you did undergo for us wretched sinners, grant that I may hear your most sweet voice saying to me, Come, my friend, my spouse, my beloved, for I have already determined to grant your petitions. Come to me, sit in my kingdom, there to feast and rejoice and dwell for infinite ages with my angels and saints. The Venerable Bede. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. 13th Station. The body of Jesus is placed in the arms of his mother. It is your face, O Lord, that I seek. Hide not your face. Dismiss not your servant in anger. You have been my help. I am sure I shall see the Lord's goodness in the land of the living. In the Lord, hold firm and take heart. Hope in the Lord. Psalm 27. In giving her consent to the divine proposition of the Incarnation, Mary accepted not only to be the mother of Jesus, but to be associated in all the mission of the Redeemer. To each of these mysteries of Jesus she had to renew this fiat, full of love, until the moment she was able to say, All is consummated. After having offered at Calvary for the world's salvation, this Jesus, this body she had formed, the blood which was her own. Blessed Columba Marmion. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. 14th Station. Jesus is laid in the tomb. I keep you, Lord, ever in my sight. Since you are at my right hand, I shall stand firm. And so my heart rejoices, my soul is glad, even my body shall rest in safety. For you will not leave my soul among the dead, nor let your beloved know decay. O mysterious strength, one soul coming forth from torment draws countless souls with him out of hell. A man submits to the death of the body and destroys the death of souls. Saint Anselm. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world. 15th Station. Jesus is raised from the dead. I will praise you, Lord, you have rescued me, and have not let my enemies rejoice over me. O Lord, I cried to you for help, and you, my God, have healed me. O Lord, you have raised my soul from the dead, restored me to life from those who sink into the grave. Psalm 30. And finally, never lose hope in God's mercy. The Rule of Benedict, Chapter 4. We adore you, O Christ, and we praise you, because by your holy cross you have redeemed the world.